y'all, I don't even know. I don't know what is happening here, okay? These are technically two totally unrelated stories from two different countries, Canada and the US. But this is some weird-ish. And when you pair it all together, is it more connected than they realize? I don't know. Well, let us take a look at the stories first and foremost before we talk about that.
Theme, Richard, starting with one that's positively puzzling.
This is a wild one. Down in New Jersey, they found, Melissa, a lot, like tons of soggy cooked pasta dumped in a remote wooded area. Look at that.
What? What's that all about?
Right. Why?
Well, they don't exactly know. Local officials say they have so far removed 1/4 ton of the pasta, and it's all different types too. There's spaghetti, there's macaroni, even some ziti in there. No one knows who dumped it or why, though the area has been known as a bit of a dumping ground before, just not for pasta. You know who I think police should put an APB out for, Melissa?
Who?
A Mr. Al Dente. He might be involved in that. Look for him.
Wow.
Well, that's extra cheesy, I guess, for the top of the pasta. Maybe a
just
big
like
jar of marinara sauce.
Extra cheesy, bro.
Sounds like a good
What
day.
is that?
Now,
okay, and so just so you know, okay, there has been an update in the story, and apparently we do know the culprit. Now, what they say is that there isn't a local dump in this particular city. And so as a result, people have taken to dumping their own refuse in this particular area. I mean, I'm hoping they only dump organic stuff in their forests and whatnot, but apparently that is what happened. And in the case of, well, why so many massive piles of pasta? Well, what happened is a man had been cleaning out his mother's house because his mother had passed away, and he found, like the old school mothers, they have those giant pantries full of so much stuff, right? And so he found a whole bunch of really old, expired, not good anymore foods, like pasta and whatever. So he unboxed them and dumped them. I guess maybe he thought it would, I don't know. But now they said that this is uncooked. And I don't know about y'all, man. I mean, if you just leave pasta to just sit in water, like immersed in water, it doesn't get this cooked looking, in my opinion. And it's not sitting in water. Now, apparently it is near the river. Or is it lake? No, I think it's river. It's near the water though, right? And so they're saying that the pasta was dumped raw, and then because it's near the river, moisture, rain, whatever, that's what's caused it to kind of look cooked like this. I don't know. But now we move to my neck of the woods, okay? Where okay, so basically what they are doing, okay, in my city, the city of Mississauga, is they are warning people to not feed wildlife after more meat was found in the park. That is right. That image right here is not the first in case of someone dumping raw, perfectly edible meat in the park. Okay, so 2 large pieces of red meat were found in Settlers Green Park at 5800 Montevideo Road in Meadowvale on April 20th. A City of Mississauga spokesperson tells Insaga.com. The meat may have been left for wild animals like coyotes, foxes, and other rodents. But feeding wild animals can do more harm than good, the city said in a Facebook post on May 4th. Issues with feeding wild animals include spreading disease, territory disputes over food and habitat, safety concerns for humans and pets, and damage to property and attracting rodents. I don't know. Like, how many people do you know are like, you know what I want to do? I want to feed the coyotes today. Like, what? So I don't know. So if you came to this area, if you came to Mississauga, right? Meadowvale is my area. So you came to this area. What you would see is that, like, we're not like this wildlife conservation where, hey, no, we're like, even though we're the suburbs, we're very city. Okay. We're not really trying to play with animals like that. Like when some type of wild dog, like a coyote or whatever, right, started appearing in the forest in that area about a decade back or so, people stopped walking down the path, just period. Because they were just so scared. Like, we are not animal people like that. So I don't know who would be like, you know what? You know what we need more of? Wild lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Like, what? Like, no. And then Settlers Green is a grade school, okay? Which is important to note. And it's on a series of paths that pass by a bunch of other grade schools. And, you know, in an aging, like, I can't see this explanation doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. Okay. Now, to be clear, okay, they do admit that they do not know the actual motivation, okay, for why the meat was left. But they did want people to know that if it was to feed the animals, that you might actually be doing the opposite. And the reason why is because the foods most people provide are usually not as diverse or nutritionally complete as what they'd find in the wild, which can lead to malnutrition and even starvation. And when wild animals become dependent on poor quality artificial food sources, they can starve or lose their ability to search for food naturally. Big problem. This isn't the first time meat has been found in Settlers Green Park, as I said earlier. In March, okay, not that long ago, large beef roasts, ground beef, and pulled pork, in addition to piles of chicken, were dumped in the park. Fortunately, this most recent incident appears to be isolated, as there hasn't been any meat found in the park since April 20th. What are they talking about? So, it's May. Like, it's not like it's been 6 months, bro. It's been like 2 weeks. Okay? So it was like March, they dumped so much meat. And then April, they dumped more meat. Like, May's here. It hasn't even been a month yet. They're doing a monthly drop-off of something. I don't know what is happening. And I don't know why anyone's feeling like this is isolated. Like, this is the problem. This is 100% the problem. Because people don't want to acknowledge when there's, like, clearly a connection. Like, they won't even acknowledge that the raw meat drop-offs at Settlers Green Park might all be connected. Like, they don't want, like, no, that's just the thing that people do. You've never heard of humans doing this? Buying expensive meat from the grocery store and then dropping it off in the middle of a park somewhere? Just dropping it on the ground and walking away? Like, in these times where inflation on food is insane and where the cost of most of those meats in Canada right now is through the roof, and you want to say, oh, probably not connected, though. Okay. Now, is there something to the theory that all of the meat dumpings in this one basically nowhere park are probably connected? I would say almost 100%. Like, I'm willing to not even add allegedly connected. Okay, no, they are 100% connected. 100%. It's ridiculous to assert anything else. Between March, okay, and April, no, 100%. These are connected. These are not table scraps, whatever. People are purchasing these things in whole and dropping them off. These are connected 100%. Fine. Okay. But now my assertion is, well, they're dropping the meat off in Mississauga, and then in New Jersey, they're dropping the carbs off. And it's like, what is going on? If we keep digging, are we going to find somewhere that's dropping off the vegetables? Would we even notice if they did? Because, you know, vegetables are like kind of supposed to be in nature. I don't know. But it seems like, I feel like there's an organized plan here. I feel like we need to keep our eyes open, y'all. And the truth is going to be revealed. Stay tuned. I'm going to I will dig into this, and we will reveal the truth together. Right, Sal?